introduction to black gospel piano. This is my favorite genre of gospel music. Nothing quite compares to this sound. It's a combination of jazz and rhythm and blues. I want to teach you today on this tape what has taken me years to learn, and now I want to pass it on to you in a very simple method that I've established for doing this. After you're through with this video and workbook, you're going to become your own arranger for black gospel style music. You're going to learn how to do slow chording, you're going to learn how to do preaching chords, and you're going to learn how to gospelize any song that you might need to play. The steps are very simple, and I'm going to show you very slowly and clearly on the tape exactly what my hands are doing. So I'm looking very forward to providing you for this information today. Now, if you'll join me at the keyboard, we're going to start having some fun. Here we are back down at the keyboard, and if you will look at the page number 3, at the top of the page, I've given you a very simple gospel song, Oh How I Love Jesus. I've written out the words, and then I've given you the major chord changes, which are easy. It's a very simple song. Oh, how I love Jesus, to G. Oh, how I love to C. Jesus, oh, how I love to A minor. Then the G, because he first loved me. And it ends on the C chord. Very simple. Now, most of the time when you're going to be altering your songs, you will have the chord chart for that already in front of you. So most of the time you're going to already know where your chord changes are. The next thing you're going to do, if you don't already have it, maybe you have scored music that has the melody notes scored out for you. If not, you're going to have to write out the melody notes that's in each song. So below that, I have written the melody notes for Oh How I Love Jesus, and you can just pick them out by ear on the keyboard. And so the melody notes go, Oh how I love Jesus, D, D, C, D, E, G, F, E, E, D, E, C, 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 D, E, F, E, D, C. I just picked that out by ear, and I've written each melody note over the corresponding word. Okay, now the melody notes to your songs, that is what holds the key to the chords you're going to use to alter it to black gospel. And here's how it works. I do want to say that there are several ways that you can alter chords and do different arrangements. This is only one particular method. I teach another method, but this is the most simple method, and it's more or less a trial and error method, but it works very well and it's very easy to learn. What you're going to do is you can make a chord change as often in a song as you want. It can be a lot more often in these altered versions than if you just take the simple versions like we played at the top of the page. That's one of the things that really characterizes jazz and black gospel songs, is that they have more frequent changes in them. So we're going to take the first word in the song, which is O, and we see that the melody note for O is an E. So if we wanted to change the first chord in the song and make it an altered chord to start out with it sounding a little bit differently, we're going to use an altered chord that ends in the letter E. When we're through voicing this chord, the top chord is going to be an E. It'll be the note we play with our pinky finger. It's going to be the melody note on top. And the reason we want to keep the melody note on top is because most of the time in a church setting, we're going to have people that will be singing this song with us. And when we begin to alter the song, we put a lot of different sounding harmonies in it when we add on these extensions and alter the chords pretty drastically. So in order for the song to retain the tune, we need to keep the melody note on top, because that is the highest pitched note on the keyboard. That is the one that the melody singers, usually the sopranos, are going to be able to key in on, and they'll be able to hear that better than any of the other harmony notes. Also, I prefer to play it this way even if I'm playing an instrumental version of a song, because then the audience, for the same reason, can maintain the tune of the song and kind of keep in mind what you're playing. So in order to choose a chord, an altered chord that ends in the note E, I have listed for you towards the middle of our workbook an extensive list of jazz chords that end in each note on the piano. I have a jazz chord that ends in C, a jazz chord chart for chords that end in C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, and every note on the keyboard from C to octave C. So what you're going to do is, since our first note that we're going to alter is the melody note E on the word O,